For my topic, I chose Jewish armed resistance. Introduction. I will fight every day, hour, and minute until freedom is mine and everyone else's. This is quoted from a Jewish armed resistance soldier. Before I chose to research this topic, I thought the Jewish people just let the SS take them away, but I couldn't have been more wrong. My thesis statement. The Jewish armed resistance fought back against the SS by smuggling firearms and grenades into the ghetto, starting uprisings, stealing weapons, and helping others escape. Smuggling weapons. One of the main ways the Jewish armed resistance was able to sustain a reasonable fight against the Nazi Party was by the partisan forces outside the ghettos smuggled firearms and grenades. Many of them were actually homemade into the ghettos. The first attack, the ZOB commander Mordecai Anelowicz commanded the Jewish fighters in the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, armed with pistols, grenades, and many of them were also homemade, and a few automatic weapons and rifles. The ZOB fighters stunned the Germans and their auxiliaries on the first day of fighting, which forced them outside the ghetto wall. Stealing the gunpowder. On August 2nd, 1943, the Jewish Committee launched a revolt after the SS executed many innocent Jewish people. They had prepared for this moment by sneaking gunpowder out of factories and making grenades. Arming the Jewish resistance. One of the many ways the Jewish people resisted the SS was raiding their storerooms and stealing their rifles and explosives to use against them in the raids. Attacking the camps. The ZOB launched their revolt. The prisoners seized weapons from the SS storerooms, attacked the German and Ukrainian guards, and set some of the buildings ablaze. And unconcerned with their own safety, the resistance leaders fought bravely to aid the escape of other inmates. The burning of crematoria too. At the same time, the rebels in crematoria too threw the German overseer into the crematoria, killed 3 SS guards, and wounded another 12. They also cut the telephone line and panicked the guards, and 600 inmates were able to escape. A whole company of SS members was called up to back them up, and every last one of the escapees was either caught or shot after being recaptured. Third main point. About 1/3 of all weapons used in the Jewish uprisings were stolen from SS storerooms by partisan forces outside the ghettos, and then those weapons were smuggled into the ghettos. And this is a chart of all the Holocaust deaths combined. Homemade weapons. Despite the close watch of the Nazis, one of the members of the group, Rosa Ravoda, succeeded in smuggling small amounts of gunpowder every time she returned home from work. Robel, a Polish Jew who was a member of the Sonderkommando, received the explosive material from her, and Borodin, a Russian technician, was able to produce an actual hand grenade from it, which was later used in one of the raids. The Sonderkommando uprising. At the end of the summer in 1944, when the members of the Sonderkommando units operating at that time understood that their days were limited and that they would soon all be killed along with all the others, they decided to rebel against the Nazis. The rebel group, including members who worked at the Union factory, which was for making artillery shells for the German war machine, aided in the uprising by smuggling gunpowder out of the factory on bodies of the women and children who worked making it. Fourth main point. Rebellions inside the ghettos would not have even been possible if not for the partisan forces outside the ghettos, because they supplied the guns, ammo, intelligence data, and other useful items, even food and medical supplies to aid the people inside. Freeing the rest of the Jewish people. Once you were free, most did as much as possible to free more people without getting caught along the way. This is a typical example of what would happen when you were free. Many Jewish men would join partisan forces to help free more people. A call to arms against the Nazis. Over 30,000 Jewish men quickly joined the British Army in a call to arms against the Nazis after they'd just been released. So, my conclusion: the Jewish armed militias fought back against the Germans by smuggling firearms and grenades into the ghettos, starting uprisings, stealing weapons, and escaping the ghettos to help others. Unfortunately, the command base of the Jewish resistance was destroyed on May 8th as the camp was liquidated. The Jewish ZOB leader Mordecai Anelowicz was killed during the ferocious battle. This loss spelled disaster for this resistance group, and from then on, it all went downhill from there. Many Jewish survivors lived to tell the tale of their struggles, but even more did not turn out as fortunate. And now this is a video of what the Jewish armed resistance was like. These are some of the flags and symbols they used. And finally, my works cited page.